And now it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, rock cod Rick Maxa, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Royal Polaris, the world's finest long-range sports fisher. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and we're in the mighty 1090 studios with Jeff from Cedros Adventures. We're going to have a great show talking about one of the greatest spots to go fishing right here on the West Coast. You got to go to this place. It's incredible, and we're going to tell you why. Stay tuned. Southern California Sport Fishing Voices. Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090. Summer has finally arrived, bringing warmer waters our way. And you know what that means? The offshore fishing this season could be one of the best ever. And speaking of best ever, have you seen the new 2015 Ford F-150? It's the most advanced F-150 ever, which is even more good news for fishermen. One of my favorite features is the available 360-degree camera. It lets you see everything around you, which really comes in handy when you're trying to launch on a crowded dock. It's also the first truck ever to be built with military-grade aluminum alloy. That means the new F-150 is up to 700 pounds lighter to accelerate faster and stop quicker. It also hauls more and tows more. And get this, it does it all more fuel efficiently. I highly recommend taking one out for a test drive. The new F-150 is the best thing to happen to fishermen in San Diego since the barbed hook. So stop by your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
It's Yamaha's Super Sizzlin' Summer Sales Event. For a limited time, eligible new 60 to 350 horsepower four-strokes include 2 free years of Yamaha extended service. And eligible new 2.5 to 50 horsepower four-strokes include up to $3,000 in dealer credit. Reliability starts here. Yamaha. Offer ends August 31st, 2015. Subject to change at any time. Other restrictions and conditions apply. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. This promotion cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer. Information is the key to success, and inside information is even better. When it comes to fishing, inside information is critical, and that's what FishDope.com delivers. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and save fuel. FishDope.com is the only SST service with a satellite oceanographic PhD on board. The only fish finding service with a spotter plane. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Martin Island, 365 days a year. FishDope.com boasts the largest code group anywhere, covering sport boats, commercial boats, and private boaters. FishDope.com has online planning tools, moon phase, tides, hot bite icons, and more. What I'm telling you is, if you don't have FishDope.com, well, good luck. Membership costs less than 40 gallons of gas for the entire year. That's right, 1 year. What a bargain. Plus, stay tuned for the special code to save $20 on a FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
All right, going to be talking great times here with our buddy Jeff from Cedros Adventures. Good morning, Jeff.
What's up, Jeff?
Pete, Rick, glad to be back.
Great to have you, man. We're pretty excited about this year, and man, what a great place, and what you guys have done down, and Adrian and the gang down at Cedros Adventures have done fantastic.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, unfortunately, Adrian can't make it today. Put him back to work, but he's continuously making improvement down there on the property and making sure that everybody's taken care of first class.
So rad. My dad just got back. Obviously, Pete was fishing with you and just raved about it, and has been there several years now. Dad's going a lot of times, Pete, as you has, and just said that just every year, you nailed it, that every time, they fix things that you didn't realize, could even be better, and it trip after trip after trip, it just continues to get better and better.
Yeah, the fishing too, just epic, epic down there.
So
we're having a great year here. Yeah,
I mean, 40. We had a 4-way tie for 44-pound yellowtail.
Oh my God!
For a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses.
Yeah,
how about that?
How's your thumb? calico bass.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, it took about a week and a half to recover from calico fishing, just over and over again. And we were, because the wind was up a little bit on the backside, we went on the lee side and fished, in t-shirt weather and beautiful warm water and just had epic fishing on that side. With basically no kelp. Can you imagine how good it was in the kelp side?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And this is the time of the year right now. From now through October is when you can access those areas that you normally can't access in June, July, and beginning of August, right?
Right. Also this time of year, a lot of the exotics come in. There's been an opacot.
Really?
A couple marlin this year down there.
Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Dorado.
Dorado, I don't believe the Dorado have moved in yet. There has been some tuna caught.
Yeah.
But any time on the Dorado.
I know the guy we fished with, he was saying, tuna outside Augustine. And it's
Really?
like between Augustine, which is the big point outside Cedros and Bonitos. He says, right there. He says, the weather comes down, we're going to go. And we went, no, we got enough tuna. Let's go fish yellows. Let's go fish 40-pound yellows and calico bass.
We got tuna at home. We can't go catch 40-pound yellows on tap. Right now.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's
epic
so
calico
cool.
bass fishing. So tell us about the operation at Cedros Adventures.
So basically, it's all-inclusive. Pick you up at a central location here in L.A., Orange, or San Diego counties, your group. You have group more than six or more, and we come right to your specific place. Otherwise, we work through some established parking facilities.
Kind of a centrally located spot.
Correct.
You basically, because you don't know necessarily where the group is coming from, so you figure out, and that's the beauty of your end of it, is you kind of handle the logistics. Okay, everybody's here. We're going to meet at this particular spot, and then we're all going to pick everybody up in the States and drive you down.
Right. So once we're in the van, we drive down to Ensenada. We work with a local hotel there in town, have a beautiful breakfast. They open a couple rooms up to relax. The airline has two flights, a morning and an afternoon. Unfortunately, we do not know until the day of the trip which flight we're going to be getting. So hence the hotel. Nice accommodations, take a little nap. They have the bar open, sodas, appetizers, whatever. You can walk into town if you'd like. So
Yeah, it's right there in town.
yeah.
So if you have the morning flight, you basically eat breakfast and jump on the plane. If you have the afternoon flight, you hang out in town for a couple hours, then jump on the plane and fly over.
Right.
Yeah, pretty simple process.
Yeah, just seamless.
And then you get on the plane, and you're in Cedros in an hour and 40 minutes?
Hour 40, 45.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Pretty
very,
cool.
very scenic going down as long as there's no overcast. You take a good look at the Baja Coast, Sacramento Reef,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
My favorite is getting on the plane. Is all the rods go down the aisle. So once everybody's on the plane and loaded, all of the rods go up the aisleway. So you're sitting in your seat and you look to your left and there's a 10-foot jig stick sitting right in the aisleway. I love it.
And that's the thing. You can bring your stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, you can
I
bring
agree.
your stuff.
A lot of
great.
You're right. A lot of places that you travel to, if you're that hardcore surface iron, long rod, calico bass, whatever guy, a lot of places that you travel to, you can't take that long gear on the airplane. At Cedros, there is no limitation to the length of rod that you can take. So if you're a guy that loves to cast a jig with your 10-foot rod, it's no problem.
Yeah, and I also know that the guys at Cedros Tackle have rental gear. If you don't want to bring your own stuff,
Yeah,
they
that's
have rental
true.
gear there.
Yeah, Jeff Mariani.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I took a couple guys that didn't own their own equipment in July, and Jeff went above and beyond coming down to the hotel, setting us up with some fantastic equipment.
That's rad.
Yeah.
And worked out great.
Yeah, Omar, the former manager at
Correct.
Cedros Adventures, is now running the Cedros Tackle. And a funny story, the calico bass fishing was so good, we ran out of plastic. And it was like, oh, now what do we do? It was like, Cedros Tackle. We go in there, and they have a phenomenal selection of plastics.
Really?
Yes. I was blown away.
That's cool.
A phenomenal selection of plastics. So we loaded up on plastic. The prices were same as they are here. So
You gotta be kidding me. No
I'm
way.
telling you,
That's
man,
rad.
they did a good job.
Cool.
So yeah, it was. So that's a nice fallback. So if you bring the wrong stuff, if you don't bring enough stuff, if you have a fallback now with Cedros tackle right there.
Yeah, the enough stuff's always been a problem for me, Pete. I just, I end up taking way too much.
Well, don't we all?
So, but it is good to know that we can lighten the load a little bit.
Yeah.
There is that $1 a pound charge over the 35 pounds.
Right.
So you do have to be a little conscious on how carried away you're getting, or you're going to get a little surprise.
Right. So where we went wrong on the plastic thing, because normally I bring enough stuff, is we brought a lot of weedless stuff, like MC weedless stuff.
Which in trips previous was all you needed.
On fire, because we're fishing, the heavy cover. Well, this year Cedros is lacking kelp, like a lot of places up and down the coast because of the warm water. So it was swimtails that were, the
lead head
swimtails,
swim bait.
lead, just a regular lead head and a 5.5-inch swim bait. And of course, you're just going through. You catch 100 calicos a day, right? You're just going through those things. So that's where we kind of lacked. But they, again, had just like everything you need right there. So it was good. But that's part of the whole charm of doing Cedros with Cedros Adventures, is you get to go into the town. The town is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very friendly.
Yeah.
Very friendly.
Everybody
people
smiles.
down there.
Everybody that lives at Cedros is very proud of the island.
Very proud.
It's a cool spot, and they're very friendly. And it's not, I don't know, it's not like fake resort friendly. You know what I mean? Like they're genuinely stoked to share the island with you. It's really cool.
Sure.
It's a very different experience.
Yeah, it's been good for their economy, and it's they're happy people because they live in a chunk of paradise right there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So you get on the plane, you land at Cedros. You guys. The thing that's cool too is once you meet the van, you never touch your gear again.
Right.
Everything's done for you. I mean, you just basically have to have a beer in your hand or a soda or water in your hand and just watch everybody do the work for you. And then you go in, settle into your super comfortable air-conditioned room on the cliff there, and then the next morning you get up and go fishing, right?
That's it.
Yeah. 6
to 6. Pongas are available 6 in the morning till 6 at night. Now, that's a long day, so.
I mean, Ricky probably can handle it, but
I was just going to ask, did you ever make a full 6 to 6er?
No, man. By about 3:30, we were just like, it's time for a beer.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
What I like to do is get out early in the morning there and bang out the yellowtail limit and then run it back in and get the processing guys going on that, so that it's taken care of, right away.
And you don't have to go far.
No, shit.
I mean, the big fish are 10 minutes away, right in front of the salt plant.
Yeah.
So cool.
And then you catch sea bass, all halibut, big halibut this year, right? All kinds of stuff there.
Sheephead. It's just such a cool place to fish. Jeff said it a long time ago. It's just like fishing Catalina or Clemente 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fishing is just incredible, and everything is big, and they bite really good, and they pull really hard. And it's the same type of fish that we have here. It's just if you could picture the most epic day you've ever had on a half-day boat, it's that times 100 every day. It's incredible.
Now, here's what's incredible is we actually have 5 spots left on your trip.
Right.
September 7th through the 11th. You leave on a Monday morning and come back on a Friday evening. You go fishing with Rock Cod Rick down to Cedros, and there's spots available on that, right, Jeff?
Yep.
Yeah, 5 spots left.
Rick's got a couple spots there, a couple vacancies that we'd like to get filled up. Get down there, pull on some big yellows, and
I just can't tell you enough what a cool trip it is too. I mean, we've done it, so many times. It's everything you just heard. Everything's been described. I mean, it's that way over and over and over. The fishing is just incredible down there, and the people are so much fun. And I'd love to. Yeah, man, I want come fishing with me. It's a really, really good time, and we'll knock it out.
Yeah, for sure. So if somebody wants to, you have some other openings too. But if somebody wants to book a trip with you, how do they do it?
They can contact me via Jeff at Cedros Adventures.
By email?
By email.
Okay.
Or give me a call there at 323-864-3433.
33. Okay, so 323-864-3423.
33.
333. Okay, all right, very good.
323-864-3433.
Right.
33. Okay. Or Jeff at CedrosAdventures.com if you want to book anything. And they have a great website. Now, one thing I'll note, too, is I just finished our YouTube video. It's up on our YouTube channel, Let's Talk Hookup Radio Show. You can link that right on the front page of our website, hookup1090.com. There's icons on the top right of each page, and you click on the red YouTube link. It takes you right to the YouTube channel, and then you click on the Cedros Adventures video that I just completed from our trip, and it kind of gives you the essence. I tried to kind of give you the whole picture of what it's like start to finish, taking off.
It's really cool that your video is an airplane taking off the runway, basically from the driver's seat.
Yeah,
really
and
cool.
then, kind of going fishing, catching bait, catching the big yellows, catching the calico bass, and then write a little tour of Cedros Adventures, beautiful ocean front. I mean, it's pretty. That place that Adrian built is amazing.
Yeah, it's an oasis on the island.
Oasis. Yeah. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, and more to come, I understand, too. There's more improvements coming.
Well, there's always room for improvement, and he's the guy to get it done for us.
Yeah, and the food is
so
off the
killer.
charts. Amazing food down there. That's all included, right? Everything once you get there except for your adult beverages, which you can buy right in town there, is included.
Yeah, gratuities and the overage coming home on the plane.
Yeah.
If you bring fish home, you're only allotted 35 pounds, so it's approximately $1 a pound.
Yeah.
My last trip, we brought 71 pounds each of fillets.
Oh, and that's all included. All the processing included.
All the processing's included, and it's very well done.
Yeah, the guys do a really good job.
No trimming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dad brought fish home, too, and I was blown away. I mean, it was very clean, very straight fillet. Like you say, no trimming, no little tail piece. It was killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, all the boats have ice on them, too. So your fish is bled and put right on ice.
Which is not something that you commonly see
in Mexico.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's face
no
it.
Doubt about
I mean, it's nice. Every morning you see block ice and small ice going into the fish holds, and I always thought that was killer.
Yeah.
They do a really good job.
Yeah, they're the 5-star deal down there.
And
there's no question about it.
And there's a reason why they're the best.
There's a reason, because they work at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and the guys that work on, I mean, you've got like a giant team of guys that, and gals. We shouldn't mention the ladies that cook and clean and all that just fantastic group of people.
Yeah, it's crazy. Last time I was down there, I was just kind of counting around. I think it's about 1 to 1.
Yeah, it truly is.
12 people group. I think there's 10, 11, 12 employees down there.
Oh, yeah. And Purple, the new manager there, he's amazing. I've never seen a guy work so hard.
Yeah.
Man, and they're just happy to do it for you. It's like they keep asking, what else can I do for you? It's like, man, have a beer, relax. We're good. We're good.
The other thing, too, we mentioned all these things. The other thing you haven't talked about is the boats. I mean, the boats are very, I mean, the boats that you guys operate are not, they're the highest class. I mean, they're new boats. I mean, you guys come.
Yeah, all Yamaha powered.
The fleet, exactly.
Yeah, top of the line
very,
stuff.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, two of them just came back from Ensenada. They were completely gone through and redone. Javier and Lalo's boats. So,
oh man, they're nice.
So
all of them are nice. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for you today. If you want to join us, be a good time to talk some yellowtail, some calico bass, and some tuna.
You got it, man. It's time. We got a lot to talk about today, and we would love to hear from you. If you want to be a part of Let's Talk Hookup, you have questions about fishing down at Cedros, you got questions about Question Local, this is the show for you. Going to be having lots of fun today. And if you want to join us, there's 2 ways you can reach us. First is with our local line, and that phone number is 858-457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090. That's open right now. Or you can try our toll-free line. That one's 877-792-1090. One more time, 877-792-1090.
And we should make mention that Ryan is on the Polaris Supreme on our Let's Talk Hookup trip right now, so be kind to Adam. Adam's doing double jobs this morning.
That is very true.
So Adam's covering it for him as well as being the chairman of the board there on there. So and we'll have Ryan back tomorrow with some good stories of his Polaris Supreme trip.
I got the chance to check with him a little bit there on the, we have the radio obviously at the landing, and it sounds like they're having a really good trip.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to hear that story. So again, if you want to get through, the best way right now for sure is with our local line. The toll free is all packed up again. 1090 open right now. And not only are you going to get a chance to talk to Jeff, talk some Cedros fishing, we've also got an awesome prize for one lucky caller at the end of the show today, and that's a brand new pair of Maui Jim sunglasses. It's the brand new World Cup for sure, most popular fishing frame, but they've got a brand new frame color and style, which is called the Mahi Mahi frame, and it comes with that great Maui HT lens. With
such an awesome.
I know it's your
this
favorite.
Thing is
and
so
it's cool.
This new Mahi frame, very cool.
Really cool. It's the brand new style, latest thing from Maui Jim, and I know they do have them in stock at Dana Landing. That's one of the nice things.
They have all the new styles, including the Piahi and some of the redfish frames and the Mahi Mahi frames. They're very, very cool.
Wait till you see these. They're really, really cool glasses. And one lucky caller is going to win them. Again, if you want to get through, 858-457-1090 or 877-792-1090. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls. Lots of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
Have you checked out the giant Fast Lane kayaks in Mission Bay yet? It's hard to miss, right in the middle of Dana Landing, across from SeaWorld in Mission Bay. This massive 5,500 square foot location is loaded with Hobie Mirage Drive kayaks and all the accessories. They also have a great selection of Hobie clothing, stand-up paddle boards, paddles, and more. Check out the new model Hobie kayaks arriving daily and see the great deals on previous year's models. Even test a kayak or stand-up paddleboard right out their back door on Mission Bay. When it comes to Hobie kayaks, no one does it better than the crew at Fast Lane Kayaks at Dana Landing across from SeaWorld in Mission Bay. Check FastLaneSailing.com.
I'm very excited to share my experience with the new Simrad NSS Evo 2 touchscreen chart plotter and sonar unit I just installed on my boat. I've been a Simrad electronics fan for many years and always enjoyed the ease of use and incredible technology. Last year I installed the new 4G broadband radar and could not believe the difference. So this year I upgraded to the new NSS Evo 2 and it's amazing. With an easy-to-use tablet-style interface that's fresh but familiar, the Simrad NSS Evo 2 combines a multi-touch screen with push-to-select rotary dial for precision control and speedy response. The core of any marine electronics for me is how it marks fish, and the new NSS Evo 2 with built-in Sonar Hub sounder technology, including chirp and structure scan, can't be beat. Now, the true test is whether I need to pick up the manual to figure it out. And guess what? The new Simrad gear is so easy, I didn't need it. There's a lot more to the new Simrad NSS Evo 2 system I'd like to tell you, but best to just go to your local Simrad dealer and check it out. Or see simrad-yachting.com for more details.
Great boats, free parking, and a fully stocked tackle shop. Just a few of the reasons Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top charter boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Eclipse, Apollo, Outer Limits, Pacific Star, El Gato Dos, Alexis, Pride, Privateer, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half, 3/4, and full-day trips available. Check out the full-service tackle store at Seaforth Sport Fishing. And it's all run by fishermen for fishermen. 1717 Quivira Road, just off Mission Bay Drive in Mission Bay. Book online at seaforthlanding.com.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
The main emphasis on the ranch, we're going to keep it old style. We're not going to change anything. We're just going to improve what we have. The kitchen is brand new. Brand new kitchen this year with all new kitchen equipment, new stoves, ovens. We put a new freezer in. We've put in all brand new split air conditioners with thermostats to make sure every room is cold. We've also worked on the boat fleet with a couple large lures, a 31 and a 34. We've got the largest Super Ponga fleet on the East Cape, all with brand new Yamaha motors. Brand new beds. We've got all Serta beds, the best beds in Baja, I kid you not. We're working all the time at the ranch. We're not changing it, just making it a lot better. That's why we get the high TripAdvisor reviews. It's my responsibility. I got to take care of you. I'll personally guarantee your best fishing experience and vacation at Rancho Leonero. RanchoLeonero.com. Our new reservation phone number is 800-646-2252. 646-BAJA.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
Oh, you must have heard us talking about him. Jeff from Cedros Tackles on the line. Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
Good morning, you guys. How's it going? Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, man, just calling to say good morning to everyone. Yeah, of course, I knew, looking at the schedule there of your upcoming guest, so knew Jeff was going to be on there. Wanted to call and say hi. And Pete, thanks a lot for coming by the shop and as always, Cedros Adventures, yeah, you're talking about the right place. It's class operation there, and I was able to get some rental rods out with Jeff's group, and they actually won the tournament. He hasn't mentioned that yet, but father-son team rented rods and then went out there and won the local tournament that he was fishing that weekend. So, yeah, great times, and fishing's phenomenal down there, and just, as always, just wanted to call and say hi to Jeff and hi to you guys. And, Rick, I'll see you on your trip. Myself and John and Tyler Garrison will be down there hanging out, so those guys don't know yet. They think they're going fishing, but they're going to work. So
That's rad.
Well,
Jeff.
I'll tell you what, the tackle store is pretty awesome.
Isn't that neat down there?
Yeah,
we're really trying to step it up a little bit, and you hit it right on the head. All my prices I try to if you bought something up here in Cali, go down there, you're going to get it for the same price. We're working really hard on keeping it that way, and it's going really, really good. We have a good local crowd, and a lot of the guys from the tours. Purple brings the people by every trip, which is really nice. They're getting T-shirts and hats and all that kind of fun stuff. And we had another yacht come down from our local area up here, Alex and his son on the Reel and Deal. And they came into the shop and met Omar and went fishing one day, and they weren't getting anything. And Omar was out there with one of the local ponqueros and called those guys into a great yellowtail bite. So
That's rad.
They were super excited. So, yeah, it's just it's really going great. And thank you, all of you guys, for so much support. And, Jeff, looking forward to seeing you down there again. And, of course, Rick, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, September 7th through 11th, we're coming down, Jeff. Going to be a really, really fun time. I just can't wait. I can't wait to see the place and the island and the tackle store. So happy to hear things are going so good.
Yeah, and here's the deal, is that you heard Jeff talking about the overage on the airline, the airplane coming down. Don't bring any lead or heavy stuff. Just buy it at Cedros Tackle. I'm telling you, it's the same price. You heard what Jeff says. Same price. So why pay for the overage? Just buy it down there and then break it off on a 40-pound yellow or something like that. Right?
Well, Jeff, I got one for you, too. We talked about earlier. I've got our trip September 7th through 11th with a couple spots open. And you fish Cedros a lot of times, obviously having the store down there, spend a lot of time down there. You could definitely speak at how good the fishing is at the kind of end of summer, beginning of fall time. That beginning of September is about as good as they come, huh?
September is really phenomenal. Like the wind, everything, it just lays down there. And it just, the locals, that's all I've been hearing talk from those guys. September, October, even into November. A lot of people aren't even down there. We're all starting to celebrate our holidays and stuff like that. And the fishing's going crazy down there. So, yeah, anyone wants to come. I mean, I can't even believe that you still have spots available. That's just like,
I know.
What's going on?
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy, yeah.
The fishing's been great around here, so obviously I get it. But, down there you've got such a variety. Definitely everyone saw on Fish Dope and everything. Wahoo caught locally. Tons of tuna, as Jeff was just saying. Lots of tuna around. Very few Dorado reports, as he was mentioning. Marlin, though. Guys are getting into them. Yeah, right before we went down there, John Turner got a big Opa. So definitely have a chance at some, like weird, something maybe that you wouldn't catch up here. So, yeah, definitely.
And you fly in and fly out. That's the cool thing about it.
It is. The way that Cedros treats you, they take you down, like you said, they feed you this good breakfast at a nice hotel. You kind of hang out. A lot of times you end up on that morning plane, but there's times you got to sit around for a few hours. But, yeah, they'll drive you back into town. You want to get some pesos, so, you bring pesos down there instead of dollars because that really helps the people down there. They have a hard time with dollars. There's no place for them to cash them in. So, bring in pesos, maybe, just, buy, something, a little token to give to someone down there, is always a neat little thing to do for people.
Yeah, it's cool.
But, and then once you're there, it's just like, it's paradise. Those guys are waiting for you at the airport, take you straight to the hotel, which is, I don't know, it's not a very good view there, but.
Yeah, right. Yeah, check out that YouTube video that I put on our YouTube channel, and you can see the view, and it's like, I mean, you just stand there and just jaw drop.
Just see the mainland a lot of days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know, but the beach fishing right directly below their house is some of the best halibut fishing on the island right there. So,
really?
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now it's out.
So no one's down there. Yeah, the halibut fishing's really good. So, yeah, everyone, Cedros Adventures for sure.
Jeff
for
has
sure.
got me so fired up.
Yeah.
I'm tripping out. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah. Check out the tackle store there. Visit Omar, and they've got a lot of other stuff going on, too. So, Jeff from Cedros Tackle, thanks for that. And that's how you kind of you went down on Cedros Adventures and you fell in love with the place and said, man, I want to spend more time down here. So you created a business, right?
Absolutely. That's how this whole started. 4 years ago I went down and been back, ever since, and just hooked up with a great guy. Omar is a great guy, and Adrian that guy is like, I feel like a brother to him. He's just taking me in. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Adrian is the owner, of course, of Cedros Adventures, and that's why Cedros Adventures is what it is. It's because of Adrian,
Absolutely.
and he's like almost the unofficial mayor of Cedros there.
Yeah, very well-known guy, and the greatest guy, the biggest heart. He's a little short dude. He's only 5'6", but his heart's about 10 foot tall. So
That's
no doubt amazing. About that. You know what I mean? Absolutely amazing. You guys have a great day, great show. I can't wait to listen to some more stuff here for the next hour and a half. So.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate the call this morning. Jeff from Cedros
bye-bye.
Tackle right there on Cedros Island, a tackle store on Cedros. Brilliant. And he's doing well with it because
cool.
It's not only the guys that visit, it's the guys that are local guys. And he's figured out what the local guys want. He's figured out what the guys visiting want. And he's doing the job.
Yeah, and tackle was an issue down there.
Yes. Yeah.
If it wasn't coming with you, it just didn't exist.
Yeah.
So
there's only one way in, one way out. It's either or two ways, by boat or by plane. That's it.
Yeah,
you can't walk there.
You better be a damn good
You can't
swimmer.
bring a car. Yeah. So, all right. Well, the phones are packed up.
Yeah,
they want
they
to talk to Jeff.
You got it, man. Well, let's start it off this morning with Tom. Tom's calling us from Delzura. Tom, good morning. You're going to start us off on Let's Talk Hookup this morning. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. I just wanted to ask, you guys talked about fishing being so good and the days like we had here back in the 60s, what I remember in the 70s, and I was just wondering what impact down there you could foresee to make the fishing decline, or, because I've seen so much go away in my generations, decades being down there, here and there, and up here in California as well, and just wanted to see what you could see as a foreseeable impact of, some mismanagement or overfishing, or just what do you see for the future, as far as around down that way?
Well, that's a great question. Yeah, fishery sustainability is absolutely paramount in everyone's eyes. One good thing in Mexico, good and bad, 5 fish limit for the yellowtail. 2 for the dorado?
Yes.
So I will say that Mexico enforcement of regulations, or at least establishing bag limits, is considerably less than that of the United States. So that in itself, with the lesser volume of people fishing the island, I foresee a very sustainable fishery around Cedros Island.
Yeah, let's face it, just the access, is considerably more limited than it would be. So there's an X amount of people that are going to get to go there, and the amount of fish that's taken out is tighter. I totally agree.
Yeah, and here's the thing about Cedros versus other places in Mexico I've seen. We've seen it in Ensenada. I think the guys in Ensenada are some of the worst abusers of all. They have a fishing tournament in Ensenada that allows bluefin tuna, but yet bluefin tuna is illegal to catch in Mexico. It's like, what the heck's going on down there? Gill nets all over the place and all that kind of stuff. You see it in the East Cape. You see it down up into Loreto and stuff like that. I don't know that I've ever seen a gill net at Cedros Island, and I'm sure they exist. I'm sure there's guys gill netting down there, and the cooperativos there, the lobster cooperativo and the abalone cooperativo. Those guys are very strict about that, and they know that that's their future and their resource, and they take really good care of that island.
You took the words out of my mouth. I totally agree.
They do gill net shark.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
But it's offshore.
Offshore, yeah.
There's no sea bass or yellowtail gear in the water.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of almost like a self-police deal right there, right?
It's a cooperativa.
Yeah. So and they don't mess around with it, which is really cool. And I wish other places in Mexico would take a lesson from them, because they have a very prolific fishery.
Yeah. And they adhere to strict limits, seasons, times.
Yep.
I mean, that's it.
It's not like that in other places in Mexico, and they should take note.
Yeah, when
Ensenada,
when abalone is not their time and their season, they straight up do not fish it. Same with the lobster. Same with the finfish. Yeah, it's really cool. I think they do a great job.
Great question, Tom.
Good question, Tom. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Appreciate that.
All right, let's jump right back into him and talk to Cliff. Cliff's calling us from Lakewood this morning. Good morning, Cliff. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
How you guys doing this morning there? Hey, Jeff, how's it going there?
It's well, Cliff. How you doing?
I'll be heading there Wednesday. I was wondering, should I bring a marauder or two? Or something, maybe a swordfish, I heard?
Well, I don't know about the swordfish, but, who knows? Look what's going on here. Be prepared for everything. But, I'd bring a little marauder with some wire on it, drag around. Why not?
Very cool. I can't wait to get another wahoo. I haven't had one since 1996, I think. It was down in Rancho Leonero when I got 2 of them.
Very nice.
They are definitely around.
Now it's on a 4-aught. When they poured water in the reel, smoke come off of it, Now that's right here.
That sounds great. When are you leaving, Cliff?
Wednesday.
We'll have a great trip. Enjoy it.
Yeah. 6 days over there. We'll be back on Tuesday.
Oh, man, you're doing a 6-day trip.
Yeah, Sherman's supposed to go on that trip, too.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah.
Scott Sherman.
Yeah, and his dad.
All right.
That's cool.
That sounds like fun. Well, good luck. Let us know how it goes, Cliff.
Sure will.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call. Hope you catch your wahoo.
I hope so, too, man. That'd be rad. John in Long Beach, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. John, thanks for joining us here this morning.
Good morning, guys. Hey, Ricky, I got a question for you. Well, also, I have fished Cedros before, but I've only driven down there on the Red Rooster 3, Never been on the island, but I always wanted to go on there, so I think I'm going to have to put that. I don't want to say my bucket list because I'm not ready to go yet.
So.
Boy.
Just the fun list.
On my things I want to accomplish list.
There you go.
I'm going to walk around that island. But anyway, Rick, I'm going next week on a 3-day, and I was going to take my Avid HX Raptor.
Okay.
And I'm wondering, I was going to change the line out. How heavy a braid should I put on that?
I'd say it depends a little bit on the size of Top Shot that you're planning on fishing and what you're going to use the reel. And depending on what that is, it would either be 65-pound or more than likely 80-pound. 80 would be the most popular. If you do a lot of, longer trips here and you also do real long-range trips, long ones, 12 days or longer, you might even think about putting a real skinny 100-pound hollow like a Power Pro Hollow Ace. But I would say 80-pound for sure is going to be the most popular line size for that.
Well, you could
reel.
put 80 hollow on, too.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Power Pro.
Definitely.
And the nice thing about that is you can splice in a loop and then go loop to loop real seamlessly, right?
Got it. Yep, exactly.
Well, I want to have a heavy rig, for if I need to do a sinker rig or something, in case the big boys show up. I just want to be prepared.
Sure, smart.
And what pound of fluoro leader, 80 or 100?
I think if I was doing a 3-day right now with the possibility of having some of that giant bluefin around and a reel of that size, the Raptor's got extra drag capacity. I would say, or drag pressure rather. I would say I would fish 80-pound. I think I would just on that reel. I would probably do 80 to 80. I would do 80-pound hollow ace and then just fish, like Pete said, a little 25-foot wind on of some 80-pound Top Shot. That reel is right for 60 to 80-pound. I mean,
I can bring it in the shop before I go in the morning before we leave and have you guys do it, I guess, for me. So
can you fish 100 on a reel like that? Yeah, but that's
pushing the limit.
Yeah, exactly. That's an 80-pounder.
All right, thanks a lot for the call. Have a great trip, John. Appreciate the call this morning. Yeah, you have to. Not your bucket list, but your to-do list would be Cedros Adventures. And again, we mentioned Rick's got 5 spots on his trip. Hard to believe. I think it's because fishing's very good here. But this is a totally different experience. It is not. It's very, very different than jumping on a boat here, and it's more of a Mexico holiday, I would call it, right?
Yeah.
And you get to fish for big yellowtail and halibut and calico bass and that kind of stuff.
Well, the name fits it perfectly. It's an adventure, and I mean it is.
Yeah.
And just just like previous caller there, we've been all of us before we had been on the island have been there on long range trips. I was on a 5-day and I had that great yellowtail fishing. It's just a completely different trip than that. Long range trip to Cedros, it's awesome.
Oh,
it's absolutely killer. It's so much different than the experience, and it's a great experience. It's just a different one from getting to drive down the Ensenada and take the flight, and you're on a plane over there, and you get the friendly people and the killer authentic Mexican food and the fishing right up tight to the beach with plastics and like Pete said, burning through 100 swim baits in a day. I mean, it's just
after catching 40-pound yellows all morning, right?
So cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And that's the thing too is that we both love long-range fish. We both love local fishing around here. This is just a totally different experience.
It is.
And you're sleeping in a nice, comfortable bed, air-conditioned room. You're served these amazing meals.
Your laundry's getting done.
You bring basically 2 sets of clothes because every day they do your laundry for you. It's turnkey.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool deal. Oh, look! Oh, you must have heard us talking his name, Scott Sherman, Fifth Avenue Insurance. What's up, Scott?
Hey, buddy, just getting excited about Cedros trip on Wednesday, and hearing you guys talk about it just makes the blood go even more.
I feel the same way, bro.
So let's just make sure that the city council isn't going to get in the way of this trip, right?
I sure hope not. The last 2 times I've been down there, something's always happened up here when I was down there. I mean, the first time Bob Filner resigned, second time I had to fly back and cast a vote on an unscheduled meeting. So this time, hopefully, nothing gets in the way, and we get the entire trip in, and things are good. So, this will be our 4th trip down there. We do it, my dad and my kid and everybody. We all go down there and have a grand time, and I'm just looking forward to the variety of fish that are down there this year. And they already answered my one question about bringing a marauder. Should I throw a couple of marlin lures in there too?
They've been getting the marlin on mackerel there, Scott.
Okay.
So, I prefer...
Bring some 100-pound leader.
I prefer baiting them than jigging them anyway. But,
me too.
Okay.
Ian Taylor and stuff like that. You just make sure you have like a dedicated setup with 80 or 100-pound leader, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a marlin guy. Ricky, that would be your question, right?
No, I think you nailed it. Just do the same thing. The same rod that you would slow troll a yellowtail with, because these are big yellows. You're fishing 40-pound, 50-pound, 60-pound for those yellows down there. I think Pete nailed it. Bring a little coil, some heavy leader line with a big hook on it, and tie a little Albrights, tie the 2 together, pin a mackerel on, slow troll it back there. You'd hang one for sure.
Yeah, those slow trolled yellows I fish 60 with 80-pound fluoro leader.
Oh, really? Yeah. They bite it.
Yeah, they eat it.
Yeah.
J-hook or circle hook do you like with those, Jeff?
A circle.
Okay.
And you can see, if you look at that YouTube video that I did, you can see the shallow. We hooked some of those big dogs in shallow water. Yeah.
Ryan.
Oh, yeah, my best down there's 48. So
48.
Crazy.
That's a nice one.
Ryan.
Yeah, on the surface iron, so it's even better.
Sweet.
Wow, that's awesome. Ryan, who's our phone guy, who's obviously, like I said, out on the Players Premier now, he always tells a story when people come into the tackle store about how shallow it gets in there. His biggest yellow ever, which I think was a 46 down there, hooked the fish, and it was so shallow that it tried to bust him off on the pilings of one of the piers. Think about how close to the beach that is. He said the fish was up on the surface and swam straight into the beach to try and break him off on a piling in there. And they got it, but that's how shallow some of that big fish gets, which is another thing. Like you have to be in a small boat to access some of that inside the beach kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's why I like the 80 for that bigger fish, because you actually feel the fish down there thumping the bottom, trying to knock that jig.
Sure.
Hook out of his mouth.
No kidding.
You can feel the fish hit down there.
Rubbing his face on the bottom.
Face on the bottom.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they know how to do that.
So cool.
Scott, have a great time.
Hey, I got one more question, if you don't mind. Calico bass fishing with the warm water, is that like it usually is on fire, or should I just leave my extra tray of plastics at home?
Oh, no, senor. You take it home. Here's the deal. Earlier in the show, I was talking about this. We brought a whole bunch of MC swim bait weedless because I love fishing that weedless. We never used a one. It was all lead head and swim baits.
Yeah.
5.5-inch swim baits. Color didn't really matter. Just take your 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce lead head, and we were doing 100 bass a day. So
really?
and there's no kelp. And that was all on the front side. Now, when you're going, you got because you're later in the season, like Rick's trip, the likelihood that the wind is going to be different. I'd still take some weedless just because you might be able to access outside of Augustine and stuff like that where the kelp is. So definitely take your calico stuff.
Yeah, well, our first year down there was just the most amazing calico fishing I'd ever been in. I mean, one of our guys even ran out of plastic, so he put a kelp leaf on there, pinned the bladder to the hook, and shredded a little bit of the leaf and threw it out and got bit. So it was just crazy.
Yeah.
So rad.
Yeah, and if you run out of plastic, Cedros Tackle has it, so.
Well, that's the difference now, too, because back when we first started going there, I mean, if you didn't bring it, it wasn't there, and if you ran out of plastic, you were just done.
That's it. Have a great time, Sherm.
Yeah, good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the call, Scott.
Good luck.
Yeah, see you Wednesday, buddy.
You bet.
All right. Hey, with that, it's time to find out what's going on in the Baja. It's time for the Catch Report with the man, the Cast Man, Richard Castaneda. And today, the Catch Report is sponsored in part by Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. I'm going to say probably the busiest guys and girls of anybody right now is Fisherman's Processing. I had a chance to talk to Ed, one of the lead guys there in the evening, and he said it's just crazy. Just the amount of fishing that's going on with private boats and sport boats and, like he said, one of the factors that I didn't think about, 3/4-day boats. When you're seeing the San Diego and the Mission Belle and the Malahini and those guys having hundreds of tuna, it's just been crazy, and that's the beauty of that team at Fisherman's Processing. It doesn't seem to matter how much fish you throw at that grind. It's like a wood chipper that just ton after ton after ton of tuna goes in the front, and then out the back spits these perfect killer vacuum-packed bags and the smoky and the jerky, and they're just the bomb. It's Fisherman's Processing. Again, if you're on a private boat, we always say call them the day before to make arrangements before you go before you fish. That way you can drop the fish off either right up to their dock, you can pull up to their dock, or you can use the after-hours drop where you can get a tag and a lock combo and put your fish in their slush bin. You can friend them on Facebook at Fisherman's Processing, or for more details, just check fishermansprocessing.com.
We did that on Tuesday and dropped their fish off at the dock. It's such a sweet deal.
How nice is that?
But we called ahead.
You're right.
And sometimes you can't get into the dock, so you got to call ahead. But
so you literally pull the boat right up. The crew meets you down at the dock. You fire off all the fish into their bins. They take it up to the processing facility, unload it, process it.
That's
Park the boat, wash it up, clean it. By the time you're done, you got fish on your hands.
Watch your outriggers when it's high tide, though.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Very true.
I learned that lesson well. Hey, let's first go up to Katmai Lodge in Alaska on the Alagnak River. Here's Jeff Top. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, guys. How are we doing today?
Great. And the season continues. It's big rainbow trout season right now, I'll bet.
Yeah, it sure is. Hey, we've got some really good fly-out fishing going on right now. It's crazy, but the part really that's stunning me right now is how good the braids and the Alagnak are fishing. We had some guys go up there over the last couple of days and just been lighting up the trout behind the spawning chums right here on our own home river. It's really something pretty special thing right now, and not only our fly-out streams are killing it, but the trout fishing right around the lodge here has been spectacular.
Oh man! And when you're talking trout, you're talking fish to 30, 32 inches, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually one of our guides would have been yesterday or the day before. He caught one actually way down in the lower part of the Alagnak, and it was I bet you it was a 15-pounder.
Oh my gosh! 15-pound rainbow trout.
Kidding me?
How big?
Yeah, it was probably 15 pounds.
Oh,
it's unbelievable.
How many inches is that?
Yeah, I mean, like never going to see one that big again. But we're getting some monsters right now. I mean, that was one that we'll probably never see that size again. Maybe we will, but I mean, there's been some great trout fishing around right now.
That's pretty awesome. Well, if somebody wants to come up, of course, it's probably time to start booking your trips for next year, 2016 season, because the season I know is almost over up there. I know we can call the 800 number, 800-330-0326, or you can book online, right?
Absolutely, at info@katmai.com, or go to just katmai.com, check out our website. Yeah, we've got one more week here, and then we're closing shop for the season, so we're already looking into next year and looking forward to seeing you guys up here.
Yeah, for sure. Can't wait to come up. Jeff Top from Katmai Lodge. Appreciate all those reports throughout the season, Jeff. And we'll maybe talk to you next week or next year. Appreciate the call this morning.
All right, now let's continue with that Castman report. We got the man standing by, Richard Castaneda from Cedros. Buenos dias, Castman.
Buenos dias, Ricky. Buenos dias, Pedro.
Castman.
Hey, man, I was out fishing locally Wednesday, man. We went out with Mike Chavira and his buddy Bob Hartog on Mike's boat, went down out of Dana Point, headed south toward Oceanside out about 7-8 miles. And, man, got in some local yellowfin tuna. We got 10 fish that day. And
you were done before noon. You called me and said, oh, yeah, we're done.
yeah.
That's so cool.
Well, I didn't quite say it that way, but, yeah. I'm more, we're back at the dock by just a little afternoon, and I wish we'd have had that fish processing there locally. It'd been nice to have dumped the fish off there, but I wound up taking my share. And as soon as I got home, man, I got the fillet table out and laid those tuna. Got some great loins and We got them vacuum sealed and in the freezer. I don't think I've ever had tuna that fresh in quite a while.
That's so cool. Good. Dana Point we need to convince Sean and Rosie to open a fisherman's processing up there.
Or just like a satellite operation,
exactly.
just for the season.
Things started with Everingham Brothers, and they switched to Everingham Brothers up in Dana Point. Now all of a sudden you have that fantastic bait operation up there. Now we need to slide a fisherman's processing up there. Finish it off.
Oh, man. Yeah, the Deans there were just incredible. Man, they were beautiful Deans. I just couldn't believe it. Like you said, it's been quite a while since I fished locally, but it was sure a treat to be able to do that and so close to home. But we'll get on with the Baja Fish Report. Down in Cabo San Lucas, San Jose del Cabo there, Gordo Banks giving up some big tuna. There was 3 cows over 300 pounds landed. Not a lot of them, but you got to work for them. If you want to put in the time and the effort, throwing some live baits like the bonita or the live bolito, there's a chance you could hook a big tuna. And, of course, there's some blue and black marlin around that will inhale those, too. But most of the fishing there around that area, along for the East Cape boats and the San Jose del Cabo boats, is that Island Bank, which is about a 35-mile run for the East Cape boats and probably about a 10-mile run for the San Jose del Cabo boats. But they're still pulling tuna out of that one area. It's been going on for weeks now. And fish will range anywhere from 15 or 20 all the way up to 50, 60. Those wahoo that were around the Vinarama area there have kind of disappeared, but they were there pretty thick there when we were down doing our tournament down at Palma State Cortez week to 10 days ago. And but they're around. Just I look for that wahoo bite to really continue as we get into the fall months. Especially October, November, December should be fantastic wahoo fishing there in that area. So, keep that in mind, guys, who want to do some fishing there this fall. Also, I'd like to make a note that we do have our Wahoo Rumble going on at San Jose del Cabo, where we target wahoo. Of course, during that time, we'll catch the yellowfin tuna out of the Gordo, and, of course, up in the Sea of Cortez or at the Iman and San Luis Banks. And we'll also pick up Dorado during that time. Those days, if you want to join me on that trip, it's November 13 to 17. And we'll be fishing 3 days there. So if anybody wants to join that, give me a call. It's a great trip. Have a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and just good camaraderie. But that's going to be the report for this week, Pete. Anybody wants to book a trip into southern Baja, mainland Mexico, Central America, Brazil for those peacock bass, or our great Christmas Island trip, give us a call at Cast Tours at 800-593-6510. Check us out on the web at www.casttours.com, and I'll talk to you guys next Saturday.
Cass, great report as always. Congratulations on your local tuna. Sounds like some good fishing and lots of good fishing in the Baja. Appreciate that. Talk to you next week.
All right. Thanks, Cass, man.
Hey, when we come back, we got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more great information. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
The fishing season started early, so now is the time to visit the best saltwater tackle store anywhere. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle. With more inventory than ever before, we know the demand is going to be huge this season, so why wait? Visit us now and get your pick of the best equipment. Hey, there are already tuna, yellowtail, and marlin in local waters, so gear up now for what could be our best season ever. Take advantage of our expert staff that knows how to outfit you the right way. Come by and see us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego or saltwatertackle.com. Fisherman's Landing has been the choice of sport fishing anglers for decades, with the largest fleet of long-range boats worldwide, complemented by Southern California's finest charter and open party fleet. From a half-day trip on the Dolphin to overnight trips or a long-range adventure, you can count on Fisherman's Landing to deliver the best. Check the website for all that is going on or call Fisherman's Landing at 619-221-8500. Book now at fishermanslanding.com.
Alaska is one of the ultimate fishing destinations in the world. This is Rock Cod Rick, and every year the one trip I look forward to is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. My dad and I have been going for over 15 years, and I just can't wait to go again. No one does it better than Kingfisher Charters. They offer the best service, the most comfortable accommodations, fantastic food, the finest fishing charter captains in all of Sitka, and the ultimate value. Sure, I've been to others, but time and time again, nobody beats Kingfisher Charters. You can catch huge halibut like the ones we do almost every year, and salmon, well, Sitka is famous
famous for some of the best runs in Alaska. We also get plenty of rockfish and huge lingcod. And when it comes to fish processing, the best in Alaska is Kingfisher Charters. And listen to this, it's all included in your package. In fact, everything is included except the tips. It's truly amazing how the Kingfisher crew continues the quality of service they deliver year after year. Come and join me on the Let's Talk Hookup trip in June, or just go when you can. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136, or check kingfishercharters.com.
Hey, this is Captain Paul Hebert from the Wicked Pisser. My brother Bruce and I make a living catching giant bluefin tuna. In fact, I wouldn't even go fishing with any other sunglasses than Maui Jim. Put a pair of Maui Jims on and instantly the glare is gone, the UV that can damage your eyes is gone, the ocean's true colors come shining through like never before. And with more contrast and clarity, you can see the bluefin at that critical time. Take it from me. Try a pair at your local tackle shop or check out MauiJim.com. You won't believe your eyes.
Here's what clients are saying about Rick Jensen and the Sport Fishing Financial Group.
My name is Jerry Farmer, and I live here in San Diego. Rick Jensen has successfully managed investments for me for the past 15 years. Before Rick, I worked with financial advisors that led me into bad investments and hid kickbacks they were receiving on the investments. Rick has demonstrated through his attentiveness to my account a great feeling of responsibility to do well for his clients. With Rick, his compensation is reasonable and clear, as are the benefits for the client. For the past 15 years, the cost-benefit ratio has been greatly in my favor.
After learning about Rick and his background and what he's done for his clients, I'm on board. I just opened my own account with Sport Fishing Financial, and I'm very excited about the opportunity.
This is Rick Jensen with Sport Fishing Financial Group. Work with me and learn what I can do for you as an investment advisor. And let's go fishing. Give us a call or find us on the web for a complimentary risk analysis, current portfolio analysis, or business retirement plan proposal. Call 949-481-1807 or visit us at sportfishingfinancial.com.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
Oh, right.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
All right. Hey, you heard Cass talking about Palmas de Cortez. You know, I did send those of you that are participating in our Let's Talk Hookup Palmas de Cortez Lou Duchesne Memorial Tournament from George Ware Asphalt Paving in Escondido. I sent an email out to everybody that's signed up for the tournament. So if you have not received it, be sure to get in touch with me, and we'll get you on the list. Because if you're not on our list for the tournament, when you get down there, it's too late to sign up because we're giving away $1,000 in cash.
That's so cool,
courtesy of George Ware Asphalt. That's October 8th. You still have time to sign up. There's a couple of spots left, couple rooms left, couple boats left at Palmas de Cortez, October 8th. Through the 12th. It's a great time of the year down there, and the tuna fishing's been really, really good down there. You heard Cass talking about those big ones down south. So they're around. So if you want to go with us, call the Van Warmers at 877-777-TUNA. And if you already signed up and you didn't get my email, be sure to get in touch with me, and we'll make sure that you're on the list there on our Let's Talk Hookup tournament. So
all right.
Win that $1,000.
That's so cool. Let's jump back into the phones. Tony in San Marcos. Tony, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning.
Good morning, Tony.
Thank you. I'm here.
Good morning, Tony.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Hey, I was just wondering, I was trying to think about budgeting. I know some information online about the cost of the trip, but is there any other anticipated costs, like gratuities, fish cleaning, that one might consider?
Yeah, Tony, basically, I would say add another $100 a day that you're planning for the day's fishing, right? To cover gratuities and.
So basically, like maybe $250 for the whole trip, right? If you're on a 3-day fishing package.
Yeah.
$250.
Usually tip the Ponga guys about $20 to $30 each, depending on your day. And then as far as the gratuity at the lodge itself, about 10%, because, if it's 15% total, you're tipping your Pongas on one side, 10% to the hotel staff. That pretty well covers it. And then in addition to that, you're going to be paying about $1 a pound for your fillets coming home.
But you're not paying for fillet
cleaning. No.
Cleaning, no. That's all
Cleaning's included.
No, just the overage for the airline.
And it depends on how much fish you want to bring home.
Correct.
Yeah.
And your alcoholic beverages, of course.
Alcohol, yeah. And that's the only extras. Everything else is included.
Yep.
Transportation, the transfers, the flight, is that included in the price?
Your ground transportation, your air transportation, your
breakfast,
visa,
your lunch on the way back,
your visa, your fishing permit,
everything,
all of that,
all inclusive, with the exception of the obvious, things that
tips and
we
your
can't
alcohol.
control.
Yeah. All right, Tony. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. And again, that's what it is. Like on Rick's trip, you leave on Monday morning, the 7th, which is perfect timing there. I believe is that Labor Day?
I should look. I'm not sure.
I think you leave on Labor Day, and then because Labor Day is late this year.
I was going to say that's why I shook my head saying I'm not sure, because that would seem later than normal.
So you leave on Monday, Labor Day. And then you're going to be fishing by Tuesday. You're going to fish Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you're going to fly home on Friday. So you even have a holiday week that you're going down there, which is even better, right?
It's good to me, bro.
Yeah, even better. So, again, there were 5 spots left, and I'm sure your phone's burning up right now with people that want to call you.
You're absolutely right on the Labor Day.
Yeah, 323-864-3433. Is the number to call Jeff, or Jeff@CedrosAdventures.com.
Yeah, or another thing, Pete, I didn't mention that I'd like to get out there. Right now, Rich is up at the Long Beach Rod and Gun Club for their summer swap meet. So that's Rich. He's at the Long Beach Rod and Gun Club swap meet at 3333 Pacific Avenue in Long Beach. I see your phone log here is just stacked up. I hope we get through all these. But Rich will be there available to answer any questions and help
today,
you out
because he works with you in the office at Cedros Adventures.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
And I'll throw this in, too. I got a message from a good buddy of ours, our Rick Weisinger, good friend of the show, and he said he'd been trying to call in, but the phones are literally packed solid, and he just wanted to make sure to mention that his son just graduated, so for a graduation gift, said, where do you want to go, what do you want to do, and I want to go down to Cedros, so they went to Cedros. And how about
Adventures.
Yeah. They had one single day, they had 9 yellows over 40 on one day. He said the most amazing fishing trip they'd ever had. Done long range, done a lot of things. And one day, 9 yellows over 40 at Cedros Adventures. So I just want to say congrats to Kirk for a pretty rad spot to pick for your graduation. And way to go, Rick, for taking your son down there. That's awesome.
We actually crossed paths at the airport there. I was coming off the tournament trip, and Rick and the boys were jumping on the plane to go down. So, yeah, great.
Pretty rad. Hey, when we come back, we got a whole other hour. Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More catch reports, more phone calls, and more great information. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Pete here to tell you about one of my favorite long-range boats, perfect for 1.5 to 7-day trips. That's Searcher Sport Fishing. The Searcher offers a top-of-the-line long-range experience at the best value available. The 95-foot Searcher features huge bait capacity, RSW fish holds, and plenty of room at the rail. Chef Charles puts out a spread you will be impressed with, and staterooms are air-conditioned and super comfortable. The crew, top of the line. Check SearcherSportFishing.com for more details and book online today. That's SearcherSportFishing.com.
My Angler H2O. I will never use that fakey fluorescent pink bait or drag my hula popper through the mud. I will outmaneuver drought-exposed stumps, rocks, and submerged station wagons. And outsmart the ravenous river otter. I will save water by taking shorter showers for higher lakes. And I will always, always wear my life jacket.
What's your H2O? Tell us at BoatCalifornia.com. The California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways reminds you to wear it, California.
The new Shimano Torium HG is here, and you'll be able to experience this fantastic reel now at your local Shimano dealer. The new Torium is up to 30% smaller than the previous generation, but still has the same line capacity. The smaller S compact body design and one-piece die-cast aluminum frame provides more rigidity and lighter weight. Torium now has EI surface treatment and is tested up to 700 times the corrosion resistance of past models. The new Shimano Torium HG is not only better on the outside, the inside is amazing, with a cross-carbon drag providing up to 24 pounds of drag pressure from a Star Drag reel. It has a sealed roller clutch and 6.2 to 1 brass gears. The machined aluminum handle has a larger knob to make it easy to crank in the big fish. The new lightweight aluminum spool gives you better casting and control. Available in 3 sizes. The Torium HG is the next evolution in compact, rigid, and powerful saltwater Star Drag reels. Get it now at your local Shimano dealers.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California. You're listening to the home of the of the Padres.
Kent goes into third with the first cycle in San Diego Padre history.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know: CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
Summer has finally arrived, bringing warmer waters our way. And you know what that means? The offshore fishing this season could be one of the best ever. And speaking of best ever, have you seen the new 2015 Ford F-150? It's the most advanced F-150 ever, which is even more good news for fishermen. One of my favorite features is the available 360-degree camera. It lets you see everything around you, which really comes in handy when you're trying to launch on a crowded dock. It's also the first truck ever to be built with military-grade aluminum alloy. That means the new F-150 is up to 700 pounds lighter to accelerate faster and stop quicker. It also hauls more and tows more. And get this, it does it all more fuel efficiently. I highly recommend taking one out for a test drive. The new F-150 is the best thing to happen to fishermen in San Diego since the barbed hook. So stop by your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For over 20 years, AFCO has been known for its traditional fishing shorts. We now will also be known for our new line of next-generation fishing and board shorts. Our new M82 tactical fishing shorts feature quick-dry, high-tech, two-way stretch fabric, zipper fly, 6 functional pockets plus pliers pocket, sublimated camo print, and our DWR finish so your shorts don't get stained. Also new to the AFCO line are the M25 Stingray board shorts. The Stingray board shorts feature new, quick-dry, 4-way mind stretch fabric, modern zipper fly, 2 technical high-cargo pockets with inverted zippers, silicone printed draw cords, along with our DWR finish to repel stains. Both shorts are new to the AFCO line and come in a variety of colors and sizes. These technically advanced fishing and board shorts continue AFCO's long tradition of providing the world's finest fishing and board shorts. Check them out today at better shops everywhere.
Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back, hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We have Jeff from Cedros Adventures right here in the studio talking about that amazing place to go fishing and in Cedros Island. It's a beautiful spot, and you've heard all about it. And it's time to jump into the Catch Report. And the Catch Report today is sponsored by the Sato Crimp and Winder Company, where they only make products that work. Hey, you want to end connection failures? You need the Sato Crimp Clip. This thing works so well. It's so easy. It's the must-have piece of gear for your trip to catch everything from the local tuna here to record-sized tuna. And they have all brass crimps now. It's better than ever. It's an easy process. It's the favorite connection method on all the long-range boats. The Royal Star, Royal Polaris, American Angler, everything. If you don't have it, make it your preferred connection system for Spectrum Mono or fluorocarbon. Get it at selected tackle stores like Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the Longfin and Orange, or SatoCrimpandWinder.com. Let's start up at Whalers Cove in Angoon, Alaska. Captain John's online. Good morning, John.
Well, hey, Pete, fishing here has been really, really good. I'll give you an example. In the last 4 days,